You are live. Great. Oh my goodness. Oh my goodness. Oh, they're complaining about. Just woke up. Feeling a little bit unhappy. Is that it? We went grocery shopping. And Casper did really good. Didn't you? My baby. Dobar dan. Dobar dan. Dobrodošli v moji kuhinji. Skloni. Vedno mi je težave. Okay. I'm going to leave this door open a little bit because holy moly. You know, my favorite thing about our home is that we have these enormous windows. It's unlike anything else in Europe because Europe usually has really tiny windows everywhere. But these windows are big and beautiful and let in so much sunlight, which is fantastic. It also cooks the house. It gets so warm in here. I'm not complaining. I just need to open the door, which is actually really nice because it's super crisp outside. It feels good. Oh. He's a very sleepy baby. Okay. Okay. We got groceries to unpack. So, you can guess where I went grocery shopping. Now, I have a real, you could say, a real loyalty to Hofer. If you're not in Slovenia, then you probably know it as Aldi. I have a real affection for them because Hofer sent me my first package. Back in the day when I was a little baby YouTuber and I was just getting my channel going and I hadn't done very much and I didn't know anybody and nobody knew who I was. I think I probably had like 500, 400 subscribers, 300, I don't know. I didn't have very many subscribers. But way back then, Hofer was the first company that believed in me. I still remember what they sent me. They sent me a bag like this. It's actually probably this bag. They sent me this bag and that was it. I was like, you sent me my first package as a YouTuber. I'm sold forever. I'm going to be loyal to you forever. Okay, so let me just preface it with that because I really do. And I was a pretty loyal shopper to Hofer even before they did send me that because I like the layout of their store. I like the choices they have. I like the product that they have. I like that they don't have so much of everything, but they have good quality products with whatever that they do have. However, so now now that I've prefaced it, you know that I love them, I can complain about them a little bit. You know, they say that complaining is a national sport, and the more I become a Slovene, the more I complain. So my complaint is that they've recently done this really annoying thing, where they've redone the layout of their stores. And it is horrible. I hate it. Hofer, if you're watching, I hate the new layout of your stores. It's very confusing. I think it's intentionally made that way so that you just keep wandering around the store looking for what you want and then you end up buying things you wouldn't normally buy. But part of the reason I loved Hofer so much was because I could get in and out quickly and efficiently. And when you have so many kids, you need to have a life like that. You need to have a store like that. And that's a huge reason why I never went shopping at Mercator. Because freaking Mercator Šiška, the big one, it's like they redid their store. It was the same thing. You could barely get 2 grocery carts down one aisle without bumping into each other. As soon as you walked in, it was all the candy and things that the kids want to grab. And it was just made for the most uncomfortable shopping experience. And it's like, I avoid going to Mercator at all costs. I go there maybe once every couple months for something I really need that I can't find anywhere else. And now Hofer is like, it's not quite as bad because it's not as big, but it's a similar feeling where you go in and it's just like, doesn't make sense. It used to be like you walk in, you go all the way, you go up and down and up and down. And now it's like the fresh produce is really like, you can't really go around it. It's like difficult to walk around with other people. So I'm not a fan. I liked it better the old way. It's really, just feels uncomfortable. Now, that said, I do love shopping in Hofer. I mean, I like what I get there. So these I didn't get there because they don't have them in Hofer, they have them at DM. But this is like my new favorite. This is my favorite, what's it? Zdravo. This is my new favorite gluten-free oat barista. This is what I use for when I have a coffee and I make a cappuccino, because this is not real milk, like it's not cow milk, but it foams, which is amazing because if you try foaming milk, like soy milk or any of those alternatives, they don't foam. But these guys have found a way to do it. And then this is a similar one, oat and hazelnut barista version. I haven't tried it yet. I figured I'd try it. This one I've tried. I know I love it. Okay. Now, this is all from Hofer, and this is going to be, like, what is today? Today is Thursday, right? Yes. Today's Thursday. This is going to probably last us until sometime through the weekend, for sure, and into next week. So, let me unpack it so then I can just talk about it. Since I was all by myself and I didn't have like Kovanchik for the cart, I just got 2 bags of groceries. Normally, you know, deep down in my heart, I'm a prepper and I love to just, like, if I could, this is what I really want to do. I want to have like an underground root cellar where it's the size of a bedroom and I can just pack it full of foods, and that way I don't have to go shopping so often. I could just get it all done. I could do like a once a month shopping spree and then just like casually stop by for fresh produce. Yes, preppers unite. It's the only way to live. And you know, Luka's not at all a prepper, so whenever my preppiness comes in handy, I relish it so much. Like every now and then he'll be like, oh man, do we have any of this? And I'll be like, do we? Oh man, I've got it in the closet. All right. Okay. Let's try to put like fresh produce, bags, preserved goods, veggies. All right. That's that. Now, obviously we're a family of 6 now, even though the baby is not eating food. It still winds up being quite a bit of food. So this is a very small grocery run. But this is a lot of our like stapled goods. So I thought it was a good thing to talk about. So I have our lettuce. We have salad for dinner almost every night. Every night that I remember to make a salad, because I'll tell you this, 9 times out of 10, the reason we don't have a salad is because I've forgotten to make it and it's in the fridge. I was so excited to see celery. Thank you, Hofer, for carrying celery, because, man, Slovenes don't use a lot of celery. They use celery root in soups, but they don't actually use the celery itself. Oh my gosh, he fell asleep. Yes. So, if you didn't know, using celery, that's loud. Using celery, the actual vegetable part, like this stalk part, is necessary for just about every soup, or like if you chop it up in soup, oh my gosh, what is it? Who is it? Somebody said the Holy Trinity is like celery, carrots, and onions. That's the Holy Trinity for soups. So I'm really excited because I have beans and chickpeas, and I got chicken, and I have this celery and potatoes, and I think I'm gonna put that all into a really yummy soup. I actually have a recipe for a chicken dumpling soup that is so good, and guess what it calls for? So I got the celery and the lettuce. I'm super excited for it. I got avocados. These avocados are like the best I've ever found in Slovenia. However, they have it's like, they're not totally ripe without some part of them being rotten. Like I don't know if that's just how it is. You're American, your husband is Slovene. Yes, that's how it is. Yeah, if you don't know me, you don't know who I am. I'm American, my husband is Slovenian. We live in Ljubljana, Slovenia. Oh man, see, I knew I had an extra bag and I couldn't figure out, I put it inside the other one. Okay, apples. I'm annoyed because I got the bag for the lettuce and I was like, I swear I had another bag. Yeah, it's inside the one for the apples. These are the best apples in Hofer right now, and I ate the last of it, the last one I had before I went to the store. Kiku, they're Fuji apples, I believe. I always get Fuji and Gala mixed up, but I think these are Fuji apples. They're just the best. They're crunchy. To me, it's all like 99% of it is about texture. They're super crunchy. They're a little bit tart. They're not too sweet. Oh, perfection, perfection. So I got a bunch of the apples, and then I got avocados, and surprisingly the kids have started to like avocados, so I got enough for them to have avocados too. I'll put an avocado on anything. You know how I was just talking about soups? You cut up, when you like are serving your soup, you put some avocado on top. So good. Cheese. So this is cream cheese. It's not as thick as an American cream cheese, like Philadelphia cream cheese. Philadelphia cream cheese is really, really like dense, and this is very light. But the kids love to, for a snack, they'll take the little rice cakes they have here, which are super thin, and spread this on top of it. It makes a perfect snack for them. They love it. Mild cheddar cheese for when we make quesadillas. We have quesadillas. The kids have quesadillas at least once a week. On Fridays we don't eat meat, and this is a perfect meal for them. They love it. And this is the perfect kind of cheese for quesadillas. And then a cheddar cheese that is already sliced because it makes my life so much easier. Skyr. Luka loves skyr. I think he probably goes through these in a week. He might even go through more. But I also have to shop for the size refrigerator we have, which is a bummer. Again, I would prep. But anyways, skyr is kind of like a Greek yogurt, but it is less fat and higher in protein. So that's why Luka likes it. And then this milk, I don't really believe in this milk, if I'm honest with you. This is one of those things like an emergency product for a busy mom. I don't believe in like a milk product that I can put in a room temperature and it won't go bad. That to me is like, I mean, it's the same with my oat milk stuff. But it's just to me like, if we're gonna consume dairy product, then I much prefer to get like raw milk if we're gonna be drinking it. We barely ever consume milk, like cow's milk, dairy milk, and sometimes I need it for cooking or whatever, or baking. So I kind of like to have it on hand for an emergency situation, but we don't drink enough of it or consume enough of it for me to want to go get like a liter of it that's raw, that I know is going to go bad pretty quickly unless we do drink it. So I'll do that every now and then, but pretty rarely. This is chicken breast meat. This is all breast meat. Luka prefers breast for his meals during the day and during the week. And this is the cheapest way to get it. If I buy it, like, also it's the least amount of plastic. I really don't like that. If I want to buy a bunch of chicken breast, it'll come in boxes, in wrapped plastic boxes, and it's more waste, or produces more waste. Somebody commented something. Found this fresh cheese in Leclerc. Oh, all right. I have to go. Oh, yeah, you know, Leclerc has a ton of good stuff. It's just Rudnik is like the opposite end of Ljubljana for me, and it's a pain to get there. Like, it's really not convenient. It's rather inconvenient. So anyways, but I feel like probably once a month I should do a run to Leclerc, just because they've got good stuff there. They really do. So I got the chicken breasts, the chicken fillet, boneless, skinless, and then I got this also on sale, which I really like to get meat, especially when it's on sale. And then I just put it in the freezer. And so this is a whole chicken with 2 extra chicken legs. And I get this quite often because I will, why don't you just come a little closer? I get this quite often because I will use the whole chicken for soup, and then I'll save the legs and make a curry out of them, or use them for some other, like sometimes I'll use the legs and then a bunch of the breast meat to make a soup or something, because the legs with the bones and the skin make so much more flavor than just the breasts on their own. But I usually get a whole chicken because I use it for making soups, and so I'll do a huge pot with a whole chicken and some vegetables and stuff for soup, and then I will use that soup as like a base, almost like a stock, but it's a really heavy-duty, delicious stock. I'm pretty sure the butcher or at Sparer Tusch will let you use your own packaging. That would be great. I had a butcher that I was going to regularly, but it's in the center, and to go drive to the center, park in the center, and then walk all the way to Pličnik's market is like a lot. But I was doing it almost every Saturday, like Saturday morning, get up, go to the market, or Friday. I was doing it on Fridays because I would go to the market, I would get all the meat that I needed for that day, and I would go to the fish market and get fresh fish because, on Fridays, eat fish. So, but yeah, definitely there was like a point when I'm like, I'm too pregnant for this, I'm not doing this anymore. I should go to the Shishka market because that one is much closer to us. So anyway, that is my grocery haul for today. That's it. So now I gotta put this all in the fridge and freezer. I have a huge problem. I didn't even look at this 20th. I bought one of these, and I wanted to cook it on the day that it said like cook until. So like cook until or use until whatever, the 20th. I used it on the day, I opened it on the day, and I was like, oh my gosh, it doesn't smell good. Dobry dan, gospa Mariah. Nepustíme. I opened it and I was like, oh my gosh, it doesn't smell good. Oh no. And I just, first of all, I'm not a fan of chicken for this very reason, because chicken is slimy and grosses me out so bad. I'd rather eat beef. Honestly, I would never eat chicken again. I'd be totally okay with that. I would just eat beef. But I feel better, like morally, about eating chicken. So anyway, I got this freaking chicken and it went bad. And I was like, oh my gosh, no. I just feel so bad. Like, first of all, I feel bad about just only buying chicken breast. Like, I feel like it's wasteful to the rest of the animal. And so I was just like beside myself. Felt so bad about this. And then I was like, okay, maybe it's not that bad. And I'm like, Luka will eat just about anything, even if it starts to smell bad. So I'm like, maybe if I just wash it off, it'll be okay. So I took the chicken, I washed it off, and then I put it in a brine, like really salty salt water, and I left it like that for a little while, and then I cooked it, and I was like, I think it's okay. And Luka says it's Doesn't taste bad. He's just like, it's so salty. So I made him extra salty chicken breast. But the animal did not go to waste. And that's what I'm happy about, because otherwise I feel so bad about it. Oh, it breaks my heart. I care too much about animals. Like, I eat animals, and I really care that it's in a ethical way. I'm like, I'm not a fan of, like, I have no problem throwing away a Kit Kat bar. I'm like, I'm not going to eat this. It's not good for me anyways. I'm going to toss the Kit Kat. But I have a real problem throwing away food, like, that came from an animal. So, anyways, okay. I gotta put away my stuff. This ankle is fuego. Oh, Lord. But hey, here we are. Oops. So anyway, what are your favorite grocery buys? What do you guys like to buy for groceries? What are your hot deals, your hot takes? Oh, I forgot to mention. Oh, gosh. There's other things I did get that I forgot to mention. Honorable mentions now, I suppose. I got some canned tuna, because that's always like a survival thing, right? Days that you just don't have time to make something. There's a dish that the kids really like that I make every now and then, which is I make a tuna pasta, essentially. The kids really like that. That's like one of those survival things. Luka likes to have sardines, like canned sardines, on salad. To me, is disgusting. Smells horrendous. I absolutely hate it. Strawberry jam, just gotta have it laying around. Baking soda. I use baking soda for cleaning. I literally just got baking soda in my mouth. Like, I squeezed this with my mouth open, and I tasted the baking soda. Ugh. And trash bags. And that's it. So, let's see. Even smelly, slimy stuff should be okay. Well, I'll tell you, I won't try it. But Luka, yeah, the quality of meat here in Slovenia is very high, which I really appreciate. And in the end, honestly, I'm like, I appreciate that food does go bad, because that means it's actually healthy for you. Oh, man. All right. Okay. I miss these kind of videos. Do some from walking around Ljubljana. I would love to do a video walking around Ljubljana. I haven't been to the center for a while, so the next time I go there with some free hands, I would be happy to do that. Maybe Šmartna. Whenever I do a climb on Šmartna again, I'll do a come along with me for all those Slovenes who really miss the mountains. All right. It was fun. It was nice. Thanks for being here, and I will talk to you later.